Kia ora, kia ora, haere mai, greetings and welcome. I am Guru, and in late March 2022, Undead Labs have released an public test realm around sieges and infestations. In this video, we'll quickly run through what these changes are and what they may mean to your game. So hang on to your hat, let's go. Firstly, there have been a raft of changes to the infestation mechanics that have been present in the game, even up till now in the public test realm. To eliminate an infestation, you simply need to eliminate the freaks. The rest of the zombies will eventually wander off. What this means is, all you need to do is kill the screamers. The other zombies you don't even need to worry about. However, this does come with a caveat. Should any other freaks turn up to the fight, they will become part of the infestation and they will be needed to be dealt with as well. Whether that's by killing the new freaks or leading them away far enough from the original building. Infestations will grow and spread faster the higher your community is on the action difficulty slider. Previously, there was one set rate of infestation growth across all difficulty levels, and this has now changed. And the language that Undead Labs infers suggests that it is going to get quite difficult and quite serious on those harder difficulty levels. When you eliminate an infestation, it significantly reduces the infestation growth rate for a little while. But shortly after, the infestation rate will climb back to its normal value. This at least gives the player a bit of breathing space in order to complete missions or perform other functions in the game while the infestation rate is slowed. Both plague hearts and infestations will continue to spawn assault hordes throughout the game. If an assault horde is spawned by a plague heart, it will not be scouted or visible on the map. If the assault horde is spawned by a scouted infestation, that horde will be scouted and visible, and so too any infestation created by that horde. It's worth noting also that only infestations with a timer will send out hordes, so that gives the player a big clue as to where the major threat from infestations is going to come from. Speaking of threat, each infestation is additional threat to your base using the threat mechanic. That means that the more infestations on the map, the bigger your sieges will be, and the longer the sieges will last. Speaking of sieges, a siege is only triggered when an assaulting horde reaches the edge of your base's safe zone. In the previous PTR release, the assault horde had to reach your base itself, but now once it reaches your safe zone, the siege will trigger. Should you fight off the siege, that will prevent sieges for a while. The length of the pause depends on your action difficulty slider. They've introduced two radio commands. One, you can scout all existing infestations and assaulting hordes, which only costs 50 influence and has a cooldown of 30 minutes. The second radio call will eliminate one nearby infestation. Simply take it out, and the cost of that is only 90 influence and the cooldown is 5 minutes. I could see this making sense though if it was tied to a cell tower outpost function, where you could click on the button and then scout for infestations. I can see why they also put in the second radio call, so that players weren't completely swept out of the game and annihilated because infestations get on top of them. I think it should at least cost some ammo, or perhaps it could be a function of the command center drone strike. I have confidence that Undead Labs will work through some of the possibilities and feedback from the community to end up with a pretty good solution. It's probably not a bad idea to have an alternative, if nuclear option for dealing with infestations. Moving on. Outposts and your base now have a passive scouting range that varies based on your action difficulty slider. Any hordes that wander in, near or through the scouting range will be automatically scouted. Scouted hordes and freaks will show up on the map. Some outpost types have longer scouting range than others, like cell towers. Undead Labs have also split out the mechanic of threat into noise and threat. Noise is an amalgam of the number of community members you have, your difficulty level, and what your survivors are doing while they're in the base, such as building facilities. You can always select the noise button on your base screen to get a detailed description of the sources of noise in your community. Noise determines the speed at which infestations grow and spread. The noisier your community, the more likely it is that infestations and plague hearts will send out assault hordes. As well as contributing to threat, the severity of the infestations also impact on the frequency of assault hordes. The more severe the infestations, the greater the frequency of assault hordes. They have also added bloaters to the assault hordes. They're just normal bloaters at every difficulty level, but expect more and different freaks to accompany assault hordes in the future. We don't know when Update 30 is coming out or exactly what will be in it. Check out my video here where I talk about accessing the legacy pool, sniper options at outposts and more. So go watch that next. Wherever you are, go in peace. Ka kite. Bye for now.